I do go all out. I sit down with my clients.
Yeah.
We get to discuss what they want. We get to look into the inspirations.
Yes.
And then from those ideas and those inspirations, we get to create something for them. Yeah, so I always sit with my customer, with my client, and we have to, even if it takes days and months, we'll tailor something that for them. Kwa sababu they'll spend a lot of money on this product.
Yeah.
I don't want you to buy something that you'll never use.
Welcome to the Bold Path podcast. I am your host, Lucy Wanjiko Zenga. On this podcast, we get to hear of amazing stories of awesome entrepreneurs who have taken the bold path. I'm really excited for me and you to get to know a friend of mine I've known for some time, but we've never really sat and gotten to understand where she's coming from, why she does what she does. Who are you? So this is also an opportunity for me to be reintroduced to my friends. Thank you so much for coming, Moochi. Please tell us, who are you and what are the many hats that you wear?
Okay, my name is Anita Moochi Manyara. I am owner of Hooks and Lists, and I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a firstborn daughter to a firstborn daughter. I love life. I love being a creative woman. I love being curious.
And when it comes to creativity, I have seen your creativity coming alive in so many different ways.
Yes.
I don't know why you did not tell them you're a model.
I am a model too, yes.
Yes, you're a model. When I think of entrepreneurship for you, because I've seen it like grow in a way, but just bits and pieces, not really the entirety of it.
Yeah.
And I know also, I think I know some bit of the reasons behind your entrepreneurship journey.
Yes.
But why entrepreneurship of all things? Why entrepreneurship?
Well, I wanted, I think I started this journey after I got my baby, and I wanted to be a fully present mom while accessing parts of myself, enjoying life while mothering. So entrepreneurship was the path to follow, because corporate, there's hours that you give to someone else with other flexibility to experience motherhood fully. Yeah.
And Fuyanzi now is all grown, and I have seen also him growing. Is
exactly
your business also growing
together?
Were you always entrepreneur, or was that, when did this bug hit you?
Well, I think I've always been entrepreneurial in different parts of my life, because with the crocheting, I started in college. I was making shaggy rugs out of yarn. So I've always tried to find a career in entrepreneurship, which is a creative career. So I think all experiences I had in life and the layers of creativity I had, it led me to crocheting, and I made it a business.
Is this something that you saw growing up? Was your mom,
Yes.
the firstborn daughter, an entrepreneur? Maybe you can walk us through that, because as a firstborn, if your mother is in anything and you're a firstborn daughter, you're also part of that.
Exactly.
I remember my mom once had a cafe for... we were selling what? Mokimo and eggs.
Yeah.
I'm even saying we. She was selling mokimo and eggs, and I had to make sure that I was present. So somehow I got to learn what goes into what should you plan. Just planning yourself. So if that was for you, what was that experience exactly?
Well, being a firstborn daughter, you are always beside your mom, learning from her, learning chores. So when I was young, my mom enjoyed crocheting. She used to make us, I think, like all moms our age, they used to make a lot of vitambas. So I could, we had a kitamba for every day. We had white, red, green. So that really, I lived a very colorful life with creativity, and see her grow. And she's a crafter. So deep in me, I admired that in her. and I always wanted to be like her.
That is awesome. As
Yeah.
in a color for each day of the week.
Yes.
So even if she's not there, you guys know Leon
Which
is
color?
red.
Exactly. We used to change our vitambas every day, and all our seats had even the side
I
of the
remember
seats. They
those, the
had even the
side.
TV. So you have to change
So
every
did you know
time.
like which color goes to which day?
Well,
Was
not
there a
really,
system?
because all of the seats have been made for their vitambas. So it's just you choosing which are the clean ones, but it's a set. You won't like put the white and the reds or the white and the greens. You, if it's white, all of the seats are white. The vitamba for the table is white. So yeah, I think that kind of it was imprinted in me to start doing things with my hand, like creating things from nothing, and like, oh my God, it's a
It's
beautiful,
something
yeah.
all from your mind. Did she sell this or just
She
for the home?
did. She sold it for a while. And I think after a while, she fell out of love with it. But when she was deep in it, I hadn't studied, I had studied school. I was in my lower primary. I could see her doing all that while, because my brother was also very young. So she was mothering while trying to be creative.
No wonder it was so easy for you to think this is how things are done.
Exactly, yeah. Because now when you've taken your break from the world, when you have a child, you kind of nest. And my dream was after this nesting period, when I'm bringing my child to the world, we both think coming out of nesting, all of us, like, I have something to present apart from my baby. And yeah, now crochet was like the natural progression of finding something to do.
So growing up, seeing your mom being entrepreneurial, doing things with her hands, were there those things that you probably used to do when you were younger?
My parents, we are raised to be, what is it called? Scholars. Yeah. So early in my life, I was not really allowed. I had time to play with creativity, and then reached a point school workload became more. I went to boarding school, so that part of it died. Not really died. Just I moved on from it, and also my mom wasn't practicing crocheting. I think a bigger part into my adult life. So I think it is me who picked it up later in life when I had nothing to do.
As a creative, you find you are doing different, like it's like being reintroduced to yourself every single time.
Yes.
Every different stage, there is a part of
You
your
that you
creativity.
learn.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is also coming out.
Yes.
Have you had those stages? And if you are embodying when you are in primary or high school?
I joined boarding late in primary from class 7.
Class 7.
Yeah, till form 4.
Till form 4. So that time there was nothing you were doing that
There
was
nothing I was
creative.
doing, yeah.
Then you went to college.
Then I went to college. So in college, I had free time that was mine. In school, in as much as you get free time, that free time belongs to the school. You'll be told, go to preps, go do this and this chores. So basically, at that point when I joined boarding, I never had my time. But in college, I have my own schedule. So after classes, I found myself wanting to do something creative, just an outlet, an outlet for my moment in life at that time.
And then you were doing the crocheting as well?
No, I hadn't picked up my crochet hook then.
What were you doing?
I was making shaggy rugs, though I used a crochet hook. These mats, they're called tapestry mats, that you cut yarn and then you tie.
I remember them.
Yeah, so that was my reintroduction into crochet and just loving yarn, because I've always loved having yarn. Even if I was not practicing, I could find myself having a ball of yarn in my things. And whenever I'm trying to give things, I always stay with that ball of yarn. I might use it one day, and I started using it.
I know that by that time, probably it was that time where the rugs, the shaggy mats were very, very popular.
Yes.
Like each house or most people had a rug or a business. So was it you solving a gap in the school, or who were your customers now that you are in college?
My mom's friends, most of my customers were in school because in school we were all in hostels and no one had properties to display. I sold them at home. I had friends, mostly my parents' friends, adults who have finished school because the price itself will not accommodate.
Yeah, it was a bit high.
Yeah, because getting the yarn and also paying me for labor, it's quite high for someone who's still in school. Yeah.
Were you making them on order or you were making
on
them
order?
Okay.
Yeah.
How much was the first rag? So when you decided you want to do a rag, was it person asked or you made and then from there they started asking for it because they could see it?
Yeah, so I started making for myself. I made for my mom's house. And then on my first year, I went to long holidays and I started volunteering at Red Cross. So volunteering there, I told them, you guys, I make these rugs, showed them some photos, and they're also interested in one. So that kind of sparked something in me that, some people will want to buy them. And yeah, that's how I started making it a business.
So you were making it just to beautify your mother's house?
Yeah, just to pass time. Because now I have pocket money. I'm not really, and it's my first year of college, so I'm not money hungry. Then I didn't know the concept of money. I just made for myself, for my mom, and from there on, I think Red Cross was my first client. Red Cross Bungoma.
How much did they buy it for?
They bought it for 4,000 shillings.
And how much was the price of yarn and the tapestry?
1,500 to 2,000. So normally the price of yarn, it goes hand in hand with my price of labor then.
So you did make some profit from that?
I did, yeah, because now my only profit is my labor.
True.
Yeah.
True. Then the next order came in from your parents' friends.
Yes, my parents' friends, they came over and one saw the rag and one wanted the rag to written their name. So it was a medium of expression whereby I could do different things on a different order, and it really encouraged me to continue doing it. Because one will want names written, one will want a symbol, one will want a drawing. So in a way, because I've always loved art, so I was kind of living my artistic life and expression through. Because working with yarn, there's never. No, I was not. What can I say?
You're not bounded.
Yeah, you're not
it's
bounded.
Not a box.
Exactly.
You can go all out.
You can go all out. You can. It's there sometimes when you have different clients and it kind of dictates different things you'll do. Because not by yourself, you'll just maybe go to one side. But now, when you are making for someone, every person has their own
taste and
taste. So that is when I think that's where my entrepreneurial spirit started, because after I finish this one, I'll get an order for a different one. And it's so much fun because I'm working on a different thing for a different person and I'm meeting people.
So by then you had not even named the business or had
even an online presence. No.
Interesting. So how long did you do that for?
I did it for my first year and second year. And on third year, school workload, school became more important. So I can't say I fell out of it. I just put the hook down and I was like, I'll pick it up when I have my time again.
Okay, so that was like 2 years. And how much what was the biggest amount you earned during that time?
I sold a rag for 8,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was big. I sold a rag, and this guy wanted a big rag, and it felt so nice. That was like my biggest project.
How long did that take you?
It took me 2 months. It was like 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter.
But then in your family, being a scholar, school is more important.
School is more important than everything. School first.
And then
everything else comes later, yeah.
Then you finish uni and you come out.
I come out. That was 2017. So I come out and I was telling myself, I need a sabbatical from school. I need a sabbatical from school. Yeah. So I wanted to do everything else. I'm looking for work because now that was the next progression. Look for a job in your line.
Yeah.
And I mean, that period was really tough because no one is looking to employ, or rather, you have all these unanswered emails, unanswered call for jobs. So I started modeling. No, I started modeling. I met some girls. They were doing plus size modeling, and it was a sabbatical from everything else because I wanted to do something new that could make me feel nice while I'm just trying to find my way out of school. You know, high school, you're still shielded and protected. You don't know the world. So after school, I wanted to experience something different. I took modeling.
And when people hear of plus size modeling, you're probably thinking, because now you're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's it's an everyday thing. You think it was easy. I know it was not.
It was not easy
because you started when that was not a thing.
Exactly.
Please walk us through that invention because you made it so easy for all of us. Because then I don't think I was a plus size, but I became a plus size, and I was very eager to see who is out there, who looks like me, who understands the things I'm going through.
What is the trend?
What do I even wear?
Exactly. Yeah. So I was scrolling through Instagram one time, and I met this girl. It's called the Love Child. She had a call for a model for their group. They wanted to do group shoots with a couple of girls. So I was like, I just sent her DM, I would be interested to join. And they welcomed me. So we used to choose different themes, and she could style us and we could do shoots. Eventually, we were called to do modeling for businesses, for brands, and that's how it took off.
You're a group of how many?
A group of 5 girls. Mm-hmm. Yeah, different size of plus size. Yeah, she had the vision. She's the one who brought all of us together. So all of us were happy to be there, and happy because it's sharing you to the world, and having a good stylist, wearing nice clothes to represent that. Also, pluses can have fun and look good in all these things. Yeah. That's what started the journey.
And you did that for how long?
That was from 2018 to, say, 2020. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2020, when COVID came, things started slowing down. Yeah. So, 2018, 2020. And then at 2020, everyone went their own separate ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that? Because that's also one area of entrepreneurship that probably some young people have seen. The idea behind this podcast is to encourage and inspire young people to see the different avenues for you to make money. It doesn't have to be that 8 to 5 job. It doesn't have to be, the conventional ways of making money.
That's true.
How did you go about? Now you were a group of 5 and you've done a few shoots, and brands are reaching out, money is coming in, money is streaming in. Mm-hmm. How did you even work through all that? Did you have a good system that worked? How much did you even make? What was the highest money you made from all that? When
we were modeling together, we were just having fun, honestly. We didn't know where it will take us. But through that process of modeling together, each of us started getting calls for modeling for shops, for brands. So each of us started getting jobs in modeling. So when coming together, all of us had their own quote. But sometimes we could have a flat quote for everyone, and we could pay it like that.
And how much was the highest amount you ever made from the modeling work?
Modeling, I've made 20 Gs for a day shoot.
And that was even before, people might not understand.
That
is before COVID, before Aziad made content creation, something you can earn from.
Exactly. The content was just for fun and expressing ourselves. We didn't know that this can be a line of business and you can
actually earn from it.
Actually earn a lot of money from it, yeah.
Oh, nice. So then you are done with that. You go your separate ways.
Yeah. We all of us, so COVID came, all of us went indoors. Many of the shops, many of these businesses are not calling for models. And even our own shoots, we used to buy the clothes ourselves. We used to get a makeup artist ourselves. We used to pay the photographer ourselves. So we didn't have that spending power to build that group at that time.
So without the resources to cater for it, COVID is here. Everyone has gone back inside. I think that's around the time that we also met.
Yes.
You told me, I always remember this because I found it to be funny. You said, I don't think I can be employed. I don't think that I'm looking for a job, but I don't think I can be employed.
Yeah.
I found that to be really funny. So we were there thinking, and I was wondering, I did not have any ideas to give you because you also wanted something to do with your degree, which is in environmental science. And I was wondering, I don't know, what do people in environmental science do?
True.
So I had nothing to even offer you at that time. But along the way, you just, you kept on putting yourself out there and morphing into something that's beautiful that we now know as hook and lace. You can just talk us through when now you decided this is it, and let me see where this goes.
So 2020, COVID happened. I got pregnant, and I was just chilling because there was nothing to do at that moment. I think we met after I gave birth.
Yes.
When you came to see the baby is when I was sharing with you that stuff.
No.
Lungai.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It was when Vu was already here.
Yeah. So Vu had come, and I mean, yes, the baby is here, but also want to do something for myself. And at that moment, I couldn't get any jobs because I wanted to be a present mom. My husband is an artist.
That's how you know each other.
Yes,
Our husbands are artists
So,
who work together.
So I saw how my husband works from home, does his thing from the house. And I started thinking, I have a skill, and I wanted to do something that I enjoy and I'm curious about. I don't want to do something that I don't care about it.
For the sake of money.
So around that time, I already picked up crocheting. Because let's backtrack. Around 2019, as I was still modeling, I used to scroll around Instagram and I could see all these beautiful crochet designers. I started following all these pages, and my algorithm was just full of knitwear and crochet. So I met this lady, and I remember I emailed her because I was like, if I DM her, it wouldn't look as serious. So I sent her an email. I was like, I want to know how to knit and crochet. I mean, I knew how to just crochet a fabric, but I didn't know how to make garments. And already since I was involved in modeling, I had interest in fabrics, in garments, how it looks in people, how shaping. So I approached her, and she actually
responded
to it. And we used to meet around all of the 2019. We used to meet every week somewhere in Tao. I think it's...
What's her name? Because that's a really good person we need to
she's
know.
called Amagove Knitwear. She's a knitwear designer. Very beautiful pieces. She's just the most amazing creative lady out here. So I met her throughout the year. Most of the lessons, we could just chat, and I could see her knitting her stuff anytime you're meeting. And that's how it sparked that interest in me to live as a creative, as a knitwear and a crochet designer, and actually build a life with it. Because at that time, that was the only thing she did, and it paid all her bills.
Wow.
Yeah. So she taught me how to make a sweater. I remember my first project with her was a sweater.
Interesting.
And she was like, normally people, when they come for classes, they start with simple things. Me, I want to know how to make a garment.
Baptism by fire.
Yes. And so COVID came, and I started making knitwears and crochet just for my husband, just for myself in the house. And when now the thoughts of finding something to do, I remembered I have a skill. And scrolling through the internet, I see other young people are living through their skills. They're making these beautiful clothes. And since I was also a model and modeling jobs had dried up, I could make these things, wear them. And then, that's how people started knowing that I crochet.
Yeah, myself included.
Yeah. So I had this skill, and I saw my husband as an entrepreneur, as a self-employed entrepreneur, how he arranges his works, how he does his thing, and kind of followed his template. Yeah, small, and then Hooks and Lace was born.
Awesome. Hook and lace. Why hook and lace? The first time I read this,
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was yours. This is the beauty of Instagram and the beauty of online marketing. I had no idea hook and lace is you. Then at some point, I think I saw you. I think actually I bought because you had shared it. I think on your stories, on your IG stories, and I thought, this is interesting. I don't even remember what I bought first. Was it a bucket hat?
No, the first item we bought was planters. You remember? Yeah, and holders.
Yes, I had that season of plants. I want many plants in my
Yeah. So actually, you're amongst my first clients, and
good.
that really encouraged me to continue, because I think when you make something and people get interested, it really sparks something new to do more of it, to make more, to introduce people to more of you that you can create. So I made you, I think, 4 planters, and I started doing crochet now as an entrepreneur in 2022. Around 2021, I was just teaching myself. I used to make outfits and just post on my page, and people will like, are you crocheting? Are you making these things? Do you want to sell? So it sunk me deep into, say, the rabbit hole of crochet YouTube, and I could go seek tutorials, just learn on making outfits, because there's a lot to learn when you're making garments for
what
women.
Amagove had taught you was good, but actually it was not still enough. You still had to go the extra mile.
Because she just sparked that dream in me and showed me some technical things, like the basics of each crochet and knitting. And then after that, because now, she teaches you what she knows, but you have to build an interest in you and have a signature. What do you want to make? Because she makes sweaters.
Yes, I've seen you modeling in them.
Yeah, yeah, and I didn't want to make sweaters. I wanted to make garments. I wanted to make bikinis. I wanted to make just cute outfits for girls. Just feel cutesy. So, in 2021, I was just learning. I was just in YouTube, learning, making all these crochet items for myself. So in 2022, I felt confident enough to make full garments for other people. I remember I made this lace dress, because I've always been interested in lacy things. So I made this crochet lace dress, and I posted it, and I had 5-6 girls in our, and they wanted to buy that piece. So from then, I called my brand Hooks and Lace, because of the crochet hook, and then lace because of the lace things I want to make. Because, many of lace products we have in Kenya are, they talk easy. The lace lingeries.
Yes. It's a waste of money.
Exactly.
I have bought many. I wear once or twice, and I'm thinking, why? Or others, they tell you it's free size, and then it doesn't fit.
So my idea was to make lacy garments for women, like a lace dress, or even lace lingeries. Because a bikini, I think, is a lingerie.
Yeah.
So
in its own right.
Yeah. So that's where the name came from. Because, there's so many pages with hooks. Hooks and yarn, hooks and knit.
Oh.
So mine, I wanted the word hook there because of the tool I use. And then lace. So lace could mean a garment that is lacy. But also lace can mean yarn, the fabric, like the tool I'm using to create. So that's how hooks and lace.
It's hooks and lace.
Yes.
Awesome. And hooks and lace from there, that is now 2021.
2022 now, beginning
2022. And you now start you feel confident enough to start a page on Instagram. Any other platform?
Now I've just recently opened TikTok. Yes.
Awesome. Actually, I followed you on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I remember you didn't even ask people to follow you or anything.
No.
Usually I see when young people do these things,
Follow my page.
Follow my page. They're there on your on your WhatsApp until you follow the page and send a screenshot. You're very reserved. Is there a reason behind that? Or maybe it's just your nature?
I like things to grow organically.
Awesome.
So even when I started my business, I didn't put it on my actual page that I use for fun. I could share a snippet of what I'm doing there, or that when I'm dressed in it. But I won't tell you, oh, buy this from me. Sometimes I don't know. I don't want to feel advertising. If that's a word.
It's a word.
At first, I wanted people to kind of, for it to click in them that, hey, Anita has changed. Anita is doing this and that, and she's reposting this page. A book. Let's go check it out. So I opened a separate page for that, apart from mine. I had a following.
Yes, you did, because of the modeling.
Yeah.
And being the first people who are doing plus size.
Exactly. So I have that's the thing. I have a lot of women who follow me, many pluses women who follow me from then. So I kind of knew I wanted my market from my following. So, but I didn't want to look at too advertisement to them, too advertising to them. So I could make an item. When I wear it is when I post it on my page. But when it's someone's product or I'm making for someone, it's posted at Hooks and Lace, and then I repost it on my Instagram stories. So if someone is interested, they can check that page out. Because now Hooks and Lace is like a baby of my own who's having
its own.
Yeah, it's just having its own life. And Anita is right here having her own thing. Yeah, and up to now, it has grown. It has like 300 followers without like any...
No advertisement, no nothing. Organically. So actually the 300 could all order.
Yes.
Or they've maybe already
They're
ordered.
interested, yes. I wanted someone who follow they want to be there. I don't want to force my friends. In fact, I think my friends started following me like the other day. They
Recently.
didn't know that I
That's
have this.
you.
Yeah.
So now you open the page, you're making things, you have made this lace dress.
Yes.
And you have at least six girls who
are
are interested. Do you sell to the 6 or do you make 6 garments?
I make 6 different ones.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I make my pieces to be like artworks. After getting those customers, I wanted to give people variety. I wanted to give people special things. I wanted to introduce them to also what other crocheters are doing all around the world and incorporate it in my works.
So the 6 were all unique pieces,
Yes.
none looking like the other.
The design is same because they liked the pattern. So the pattern can be the same pattern, but the finishing can be different from each person.
The color.
Add the color, adding details. And then, everyone, I think when I started making garments for people is when I realized how everybody is uniquely shaped themselves. Even if we are one size.
Even if you're size 16, both of us.
Yes, we are different. All built differently. Women, and then I like working for women's bodies because there's a lot of curves. We are ruled by triangles in our bodies. So you learn such things. And the business started taking care of itself. And the previous clients' money could buy the next yarn. And also my business model is that the clients... the full amount I'm charging will buy the yarn and will pay me, and I'll remain with a bit of yarn and some profits to buy the next yarn. At first, I took up crochet also as to improve my mental health, because while nesting, it's quite lonely to say. There's so many thoughts. When they call it the postpartum period, there's so much going on in your mind, and it's not the reality on the ground. So activities like crochet, you tend to ruminate through your thoughts, and you find at the end of a session, your stress has been reduced a bit, and I was at a better mental space and also have a skill.
Postpartum rough, was it, other than the mental health and the isolation and the
Yeah.
loneliness, what were there those expectations you had that probably were not met that led to that?
Well, I think, after COVID, things changed.
Yeah, everywhere.
Even relationships that I had before COVID changed. And I was pregnant during COVID. So I was going through that, the change that COVID brought to us, and also the changes that I've brought to myself. So things...
that life has handed you.
Yeah, that life has handed me.
Yeah.
And I had a beautiful journey throughout it. It's just having just to help my mind clear a lot of self-talk, because there's a lot that comes after postpartum. There's the body changes, there's the feeling, I don't know if it's unworthiness. There's just that alien feeling, because this life has handed you these new responsibilities, and you're still the same person but different. So I was just trying to smoothen my transition. Yes, because my dream was, I'm doing this job. Even Msali was telling me, the baby will grow and you'll have more time. So in my mind, I was, okay, if I'm taking this moment to nest and stay in, I'll want, by the time I'm coming out of it, I'm presenting my bundle of joy to the world. Also, I have something for myself because I had a lot of time during raising the baby. So I wanted to come out with a skill, or because you never get that time again whereby you're allowed to sit.
True.
Yeah, and
people are not asking too much of you.
Exactly, no one is asking, because analea sawa. Mama kulea sawa.
That's why I lay.
That's why I lay.
Everyone just says that's why I lay. Yeah.
But I knew after that questions will come. Even myself, I started asking myself questions.
What's next?
And I wanted to be a happy mom. I wanted to be a fun mom. So I wanted to have something for myself that it's growing besides
the baby.
Yes.
And I get you, because when I had Maya, I think I went through that.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I had started something, an organization that was working well, that was catching on, and then I get pregnant. For me, it wasn't. Where we come from, we don't prepare for pregnancies.
We don't plan.
We don't plan for
you
pregnancies.
Don't think about it.
And I think especially she wasn't my first baby, but not that the other one was also planned. But I could tell the thoughts I had in my brain and what was happening now. Kwa ground vitu are very different.
Yeah.
I had saved some money, but hata hazikufikisha mwezi.
No.
Like, what is this?
That also, the finance part
really messes you up.
Yeah, because before you used to have a lot of loose money to do all of these things for yourself. And now we are a one income household.
And it also makes you wonder if you made the right decision.
Exactly.
So I understand where the postpartum can come in. I think I had a feel of it. And you're really taking me back. It's such a weird place, that one. Because I remember, for me, because I didn't have the skill I had was blogging.
Yeah.
Blogging was quite something in 2015. People were blogging. I've always been good with words. I've always been good with speaking. That comes easily.
Yeah.
It's how I think I show my creativity to the world, is I express myself in the world. So I was doing some blogging, and it was picking up, and people are reading in the US, in the UK.
Yeah.
You know the way they show you that data?
Yeah.
Which was really interesting. So I had someone make for me a website so that I could blog, and writing to be the thing that I do.
Yes.
He conned me.
That can kill the dream.
He conned me. So now the thing of feeling, I did not achieve this dream of growing this organization.
Yes.
I also did not achieve this of writing. What is there for me? There was a time I was a slug. I would wake up, feed the baby,
go sleep.
Feed, go back to bed.
Exactly.
Up to a point where even also babe asked, so what is the plan with your life? You look like you have no plan. Where are you going?
And I think that also, I do want to be, because those questions come, and I do want to be unprepared. I was just preparing my future. Because also, as you're saying, there's all these thoughts and you're blogging. And I remember someone telling me, you should try journaling. And I don't really like rereading.
That's not your thing.
Yeah, I like not taking, but I don't just like just writing for the sake of writing. Also, I don't feel nice reading my thoughts because now I'm in a different headspace.
Every single time.
Yeah, so I don't want to look back. But now crochet was now my outlet because now I'm a very thoughtful person, and I let thoughts run through my mind.
You sit with your thoughts.
Yes. And that, it helped me sit even with the uncomfortable thoughts.
Awesome.
Could just sit, think on this side, think on the other side, think on third party, just think of all aspects of everything. And by the time I've ruminated in my mind, I am not bothered by those thoughts anymore. So it really helped me because I'm very thoughtful, not really thoughtful, but I'm an overthinker. So I think it's always good to sit with those thoughts.
That's actually a skill. People don't know how to sit with their thoughts.
Yeah.
People don't like hearing themselves.
Yeah.
That's why you find people always probably out in the clubs drinking or probably just out,
Yeah, just
making sure that they're around people so that they're not just sitting with their thoughts. So that was actually something else you picked that helped with your mental health.
Exactly. It build that mental
strength.
Yes, too. Because motherhood is a very beautiful journey, but also
it's the other side that people don't talk about. Is also quite
the silent struggles. And when you try voice them, no one understands.
Why are you even complaining?
Why are you complaining?
You're a mother, you have a child.
Yeah, you have a husband.
You have a husband, you have a house.
Everything.
What do you mean?
A woman of leisure.
You just sit in the house.
Eating. So now I found, through crochet was a very healthy way of thinking through things. Even at the end of it, I can present my conclusion for things. Now I couldn't talk about something before it's cooked.
Nice.
Yeah, so crochet.
Let it cook.
Yeah, crochet helps you to just sit, think, ruminate some more, and it's just a point they don't bother you anymore. And yeah,
you've seen all the different scenarios of this, how it would go.
Exactly.
That doesn't bother you anymore.
The anger has left you. Now you're more. If I could have acted with that anger, now I could have been in a very different position, trying to pacify whatever I've caused.
An issue that was happening already. I love that. I love that. So. And for you to actually, they say ikigai, where what you love, also earns you money. And I've now forgotten. But there are 3 things that come together.
Oh, yeah.
What you do, what brings you money.
But improves your life.
And improves your life. For it to come together, you've gotten your ikigai. For you, this was your ikigai.
This was my ikigai because I think I've always searched to reach that point of peace with myself, with what I'm doing. Throughout, you always told, because now I did environmental science. So everyone around me knew, you're going to look for a job in UN.
And you're scholars,
There are scholars,
you should be in UNDP.
I should be even trying to think about masters.
Yes.
Now, with crochet.
How was that for your parents?
You're
not going to school.
That's tough. I think we've had a lot of conversations, but one thing they know, I'm a free thinker, and I always do my things my way, even if they'll try convince me otherwise. So at first, we were looking for jobs together. And then it reached a point, I don't really like competition. No, in terms of looking for work, it's all of you are like in the same, you're all qualified, but they'll choose one amongst you.
Yeah.
And
you put work on LinkedIn now, you come back 1 hour, you have 52 applicants. Guy, even as an employer, you don't know where to start in that.
That's how my thought was, because I'm like, in my class, we were over 50 students, and in other universities, there were other students. And
you're all in the job market.
And it didn't sit
Well
with
with you.
me that I just have to wait for my moment to be chosen to get something. So I told them, I have this interest, and I'm seeing people live through like with their hobbies, they can grow something
Their
out
crafts.
of it. So I think even trying to prove to my parents that this is also a career path, I sunk deep into now the theory of crochet, the scholar part of this craft. Yes.
So that is massive.
Yes, to make them,
Love
see,
it.
your daughter hasn't like thrown her brains.
Oh, they're being used.
They're being used. Look, even now I teach.
Yes,
I've
yes.
had my first students, and I come with documents. It feels so professional and so nice. Because
Nice.
part of me, I'm a scholar, so I like merging the craft and the scholar part of it. Yeah.
So now Hook and Lace has gotten the first customers, and we are building up, myself included.
Yeah.
How has that moved? How long has that been, by the way?
Now from 2022, this is the third year.
The third year.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like fully immersed into crocheting.
Into crocheting.
Yeah.
What have been the lessons? What are these lessons that have come with you being in this business, Hooks and Lace?
Yeah.
Because I know when we start a business out of a hobby, we have these assumptions we make. Like pesa si pesa ya biashara.
No.
Pesa ni yangu.
Pesa ni yangu,
So that's something you need to learn. The marketing, the selling,
how to talk to customers.
How to talk to customers. Please walk us through that.
So Hooks and Lace was born. I got my first clients. Most of them were my high school friends. I think people who casually knew me on Instagram and wanted to support me. Eventually, you've run out of friends to sell to. Now you have you have to.
Everyone has a piece of you in their house.
So you need to start hooking new people into it. As you say, when you have a hobby, you just eat all the money. So at first, I just could finish the money, but I realized as a business, you need to put something for the business. Even when I'm quoting, I have to quote this as a business, not I'm trying to be a friend or like trying to
impress people.
Because there's that
Make
part
them
of
like me.
Yeah, I think that's, especially now I'm learning the art of being a businesswoman. That you should remove the being liked out of it, because you approach someone nicely and they're like, oh, maybe they maybe underquote, and I have to be professional. I have to be okay next time, Basi, not feel or look disappointed,
or maybe it destroys the friendship if it's a friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
myself included.
So I had to learn, even when you're bargaining, I'm like, gosh, but I was like, okay, it's sour. I started investing in the business, not just buying yarn when I have a client. Sometimes the money I've gotten from this client, I could reinvest it back into my business. And most of the tools I need is just yarn and more hooks. So I could just stop on yarn. Right now I have like a shelf full of yarn.
Awesome.
That sometimes if I have a client and I have the yarn available with me, I just start on it,
You don't even need to go to the shops.
So the whole money for this project is mine now.
Wow. How do you now make sure, or maybe that will come as you learn. How do you say this percentage goes to the business? This is because it's still what is paying you. This is what pays me. How have you figured out that?
I'm still learning. There's sometimes I fully pay myself. You
need the money.
Yeah, I need the money. The money is needed in the house. Sometimes when it depends with how we are financially, that's what I can say. Sometimes when we are okay-ish, I can reinvest the whole of it to my craft, because I know this yarn will bring me clients, or this yarn I'll make products with them and they'll get clients. I'm still learning.
And feel free not to respond this if you feel it's not something you'd want to get into. The time I was fully a creative. I was not working. The organization I had started was just starting out. It was not paying me well. It's still not actually even paying me well, really, because that was not the idea behind the organization. And Babe being an artist.
Yeah.
A creative and an artist in the same house.
It's very tough.
The finances are always stretched.
Yeah.
How did you maneuver through that, considering you didn't have something on the side? Because I've always had something on the side.
So, bless my partner. At first, when I was nesting, he was the one who was taking care of everything. So it kind of shielded me from the responsibilities, financial responsibilities, until my work was good enough for good prices, is when now. But that took a while because most of my first jobs were really cheap, and that money, by the time mfuko kwa nyumba imeisha, because now I've chosen this as my career path, and I'm answerable to my child and to him. Now the baby's grown.
You're adult.
Yeah, I'm adult. Home are calling, hey, this idea.
Yes, kuna hii harambe. Sisi nani ni mgonjwa?
Yeah, because so I pushed myself to learn this craft because he gave me the time and the space
to find yourself,
to find myself, to learn, to grow a community, to be part of a community. And by the time I think on my second year of business, it had picked up, had something monthly coming into the house.
What is that? How much is that?
It's not
a
much.
Good month.
A good month can be up to 30,000, 40,000.
A bad month?
Bad month can be 5Gs. Sometimes a month can
go dry.
So
this is the reality of being a creative.
The month that you sell, even you lose clients because you don't have enough. There are months that
you don't have enough time.
Yeah, you don't have enough time to make for everyone. Yeah,
myself included. I think I've had all the experiences from
you. we met when I was actually starting it out. And you've seen, because you've bought products through different stages.
All the different stages of the growth.
So thank you.
Happy to always.
Thank you so much. Until now, my husband is like the breadwinner. The breadwinner. I'm just, I chip in.
And it's not a little.
It's not a little.
It's not a little. When we think of finances, especially in a marriage, we tend to think you have to bring
a lot of
big
money.
Bags,
exactly.
Bring big bags. But really, as long as you're providing into this family, you're making sure there are things you probably pay for and buy that it has no idea.
Even that daily, because there's that daily spending that it's never accounted for.
It's the bulk of the household.
Yeah,
to make sure that, so never say that it's not a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
But it has made me feel nice, or rather, it has improved my confidence in my household.
Yeah.
That my partner that is not carrying this cross. He's still carrying the burden of it. I help out when I can, and it has really improved my confidence and even my. Just the feeling of being part of this family that I have now. Financially, yes. Yeah.
Just giving you that financial muscle in the relationship and in the marriage.
Freedom.
And the freedom that comes with it.
Yeah, because I think I said this because I wanted to also bring that being financially free, to not always borrow ask for everything.
Yeah.
So, it has generally improved my family because now I have something that I do that I know will make money for this house, and that feels so good.
And you know why this is important for us to mention? Because the young people are seeing very conflicting messages on social media.
Yeah,
we are this crop of girls or generation that thinks you have to have a man who caters for you everything. That soft baby or what?
Soft life.
Soft life.
There's soft life.
You need soft life, and it's financed by someone else.
Exactly, fully.
In real sense, that is like 1% of people.
Yeah.
1% of relationships get to
Exactly.
enjoy that.
Yeah.
All of us 99, where will we go?
We have to work
We
every
have to
single
work for
day.
it. We have to make sure that we are going towards something.
Yeah.
I think it was very important that you have been able to mention this and why this is important for us, because there are so many young women who will probably be watching us
Yeah.
and having some expectation. So to dispel that, to by the end of the day, get your skill,
Yeah.
get your work,
Get your
get your
work.
business,
Yes.
whatever it is you can. You're a full-grown human who
Yes.
needs to provide for
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
Minus this person, would you not need a house?
That's the
Would you
thing.
not need food?
Yeah.
Would you not?
What about this child?
You know,
Yeah.
this child is two people. It's not one person who made this child.
Yeah.
In as much as we want to glamorize the soft life, really, darling, by the end of the day, you are the one to get yourself that soft life. The 1% can enjoy in it. The other 99 of us,
We need to-
percent of us have to be doing
Yeah.
something to get that soft life.
You know, I think the other day I was telling my husband that I think all of us are just in the rat race. Cause
In one or the other.
yeah, because you make money today, it won't like last you forever and just rest.
You have
make
to
today,
wake
you have
up
to wake
and
up tomorrow. Eat
Keep grinding.
keep grinding every day. I mean, yeah, there's an expectation that has been portrayed on social media, how dating and how life with men and marriages. Reality, it's not the same. And I think I saw it with my parents, because my dad was the main breadwinner, and mom could contribute, but you could see the ups and downs you could have. Sometimes you have money, sometimes there's no money at all, and how to maintain that peace and be kind to each other at those times that you don't have. Really, my childhood actually helped me how to navigate during those times, not living with too much expectations.
Too
Because
much
the
expectation on a
expectations can
person.
really ruin
Yeah.
the relationship, the beauty of the relationship.
That you don't see the good that is
Yeah.
gooding
Exactly.
in your relationship.
Yeah.
So awesome. So now Hook and Lace has grown to a point where it's able to cater for
Itself. Yeah.
the yarn, the materials that you
materials,
need,
exactly.
and still be able to pay you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what would you say has been the highlight of Hook and Lace?
I think the growth. I've known more about myself through this business. You know, the qualities or things in me that I didn't know exist, like the creativity, or like how far can you push this creativity? How creative are you? Because I'll make this thing today, and at first you could find my products were not as good as the photos or what I see online. And it used to give me a lot of anxiety. But I realized the more I do it, the better they become. The more I see things that I couldn't see before, the more I respect the craft itself as a form of artistry. And now the business, it helped me appreciate business people, because how hard it is to wake up every day and grow this thing and make people like it, almost force people to like it. So I had to really embody this craft, like be obsessed in it, be more of it, so that everyone can see what I'm doing and they can, okay, I like what you're making. Because, you know, sometimes you can create something and your soul is not seen in it. I think people are attracted to the unseen energy that you've put towards it is what makes people buy those things. And that's what I've learned. The power of consistency, the power of being kind to yourself, the power of letting something grow naturally, and the power to enjoy crafting.
Awesome.
And the power of occupational therapy. Because activities like knitting and crocheting, recently they came to find out that they can be used as tools of therapy for people.
For mental health.
Because, you know, there's some issues are not like a disease. It's just to kind of clear your mind, to put your thoughts in order, to like compartmentalize everything that's going through up there. And we can call it a mindless activity, because you don't really, when you've started it, you've arranged whatever you're doing. When you're the activity itself at the moment, you're like at completely present, and that flow helps with our mental
Health.
health. Yes.
And I know today you have brought something here.
Yeah.
You can walk us through what you have here. And is it the only thing that you're making?
So now also my business has grown. I'm working with business owners. With my degree in environmental management, I've learned about sustainability, about living on Earth while using the tools and the presence
Resources.
we've given, but also maintaining it for the future generation.
Exactly.
So I've weaved that into my works.
Awesome.
So right now, currently, I'm working with it's called Chetu Studios, Chetu Tribe Studios. She owns a sustainable shop that she sells accessories, bags, and just bags, accessories, and I think in future we'll introduce clothes as well. So for working with businesses, you sit down and see their vision, what they want to put in their shops. So like her, she had this idea of having a couple of bucket hats.
Okay.
And the idea was sometimes also this craft has taught me how to be a designer, or rather, even coming up with products, you really now start thinking the design, how will inaingianaje na hiyo
How does
biashara.
it fit within the business of
Yes,
someone? Yeah.
yes,
The businesses you're working with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also like what you're making as a series, because I don't want to make one-off thing. I want to make a couple of things, but they marry.
Yes. Like the start of your 6 dresses.
Yes. So like this one here, we had an idea of using 4 colors of yarn to create 7 pieces of crochet bucket hats. That each bucket hat, in as much as we've used the same design, same yarn, but all of them are uniquely itself. So you find this one, all of them, if you look at them, all the squares are different from each other. And but they all marry as a series of bucket hats.
Yeah.
And each can speak to, because the idea was to make for men, each can speak to a different type of man. Yeah, there's the artsy one, there's the laid back one, there's the more serious one. So I think the color combination, the arrangement of colors can really
fit each and every person.
Yes, yes. So
I love that.
This is the recent series I'm about to deliver to her.
Nice.
Yeah, it's I want to make things that, like, we say we've made this one and then they sell out. So each series someone feels I didn't make like this for a group of so many people. I just made this one was made for these people. They people make albums.
Yes, and or Nike.
Yeah.
The way they are different. There's a shoe. What do they call it? Like a line of shoes.
Exactly.
That were made like 330. And they are normal in the world.
Exactly. So
that is really good concept.
If you find this hat somewhere, you're like, oh, this was in this series collection. Yeah, even for me when I see them by Hooks and Lace and Chetu Studios.
Wow.
Chetu Tribe Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are our current products.
Okay.
The bucket hats. But the bucket hats are my best sellers in my shop.
Okay.
And I make very unique bucket hat. Every person gets something uniquely for them.
I have 3 that are very unique.
Right?
None looks like the other.
None looks like the other. Even your husband has a couple.
Yeah.
Even for Maya.
Yeah, even Maya.
So so I wanted to make an accessory that is a daily accessory.
Yeah.
Things like hats and beanies. People wear them oftenly. But now make it an art piece. So everyone, all of my bucket hats that I've made out here, none look like each other.
Okay.
I had a friend that lost a bucket hat that I made them, and they were like, I mean, I'll know when I see someone, because someone stole it.
Oh.
So whenever that person will wear it, I mean,
You'll
when
see
he'll
it.
see it, he's like, you know, this is mine, and he'll prove this is his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's one of a kind.
Yes.
That is a good way of getting into a field that one might think, but there are so many people who are already making,
Yeah.
who are using crocheting, but when you come with that angle and a story, because you have an
Yeah.
angle and a story,
Yeah.
I'm creating things that are thinking of where we are at with climate change, something that factors in sustainability in the
Yes.
world. Such stories are
Yeah.
things that people want to hear.
Exactly.
Millennials, Gen Z, that's the world we want to get into. So kudos for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this?
I've always loved beading. I think when I took up crochet, I also took up beading. And my first beading, I used to make waist beads.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I never bought because they're not my thing.
Yeah. So I made waist beads, but I realized it's not complex. I love doing hard things. I love pushing myself into... It really, I don't know, it helps the brain. The hard things helps the brain. So with Chetu tribe, after we made some bags, very beautiful bags that incorporated beading. But then again, we were like, what else can we do with beads? Because, when you work with something, you don't want to work with it once.
Yeah.
I think you want to work with it with a different thing so that when people see your products, they'll see the growth of a material that you used.
Yeah.
So after we were making beaded handles for those bags, and we decided to learn beading to make fully beaded bags. But now the idea was, because there's a lot of people who are doing beaded bags, but no one is using wooden beads
True.
for beaded accessories.
Yeah.
So this is a prototype
Okay.
for amazing things that we're gonna make together
Awesome.
with Chetu. Plus, you'll find them at Hooks and Liz. I want to create daily accessories like bags. If I'll just use the traditional designs that we have out here, and then reverse engineer it in beading. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You have a customer in me,
I know.
So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you and the journey you've walked. And I've
you.
seen it, and I've seen it morph into these beautiful pieces, and you finding your craft. Even the trouser you're wearing.
It's handmade.
It's handmade, and you made it.
I made it.
And all these beautiful things coming together to form, to show us who you are as a person, and also just to make the world a brighter, better place.
Yeah.
Those people who want bright things. People might think this is the only colors you work with, but you do go all out.
I do go all out.
Yes.
I sit down with my clients.
Yeah.
We get to discuss what they want. We get to look into the inspirations.
Yes.
And then from those ideas and those inspirations, we get to create something for them. Yeah, so I always sit with my customer, with my client, and we have to, even if it takes days and months, we'll tailor something that for them. Because Babu, they'll spend a lot of money on this product.
Yeah.
And I won't lie to you, crochet is expensive.
Yeah.
It's luxury.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to buy something that you'll never use.
True.
Or you'll never love.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for making time to be here. Please tell our listener where they can find you. And I heard you saying you're doing classes now.
Yes.
Are you doing it online, or is it meetups? Maybe you can tell them where they can find you and that information.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram. My page is at Hooks and Lace, and on TikTok at Hooks and Lace. On my page, you'll find information on, can get my email and my contact. And yes, I offer classes. I offer beginner, advanced, intermediate and advanced. Yes. So I'll sit with someone who doesn't know anything about crochet and will want to start. I'll sit with someone who has an idea of crochet, has crocheted before but don't know what to do with the craft. Do you make garments? Do you make art pieces? Do you make what do you do with this craft? Because even in crochet, it's an umbrella of so many disciplines under it. You can make earrings. There's some people who make shoes. You can make interior decor things. So you need a guide. If you want a guide, I'm here to help.
Awesome.
Yes.
I know you have picked so many things from this journey, and having a skill cannot be underestimated. A skill can take you from point A to point B. It can earn you money. It can open doors for you. It can make sure that you're able to provide not only for yourself, but also your household. And thank you for showing us, walking us through your journey.
Thank you.
It's such a boldsy
Yeah.
journey. And thank you for sharing it with us. And I know so many young people will benefit from knowing crochet is not just something that old people used to do, or it does not earn you enough, or so many people are there. There are so many things that have been untapped.
Yes.
I saw the other day someone make a bouquet of flowers
Yes.
with crochet.
Yes.
And I was like, I have to have this. Please
Yes.
make this for me.
Yes.
Anita, I have to make this for me.
And another thing, as a political statement, in a world of fast fashion, everything fast, it's a bold form of resistance to
Yes.
pick up a handmade skill to slow things down for us and for people around us.
Nothing more to add there. For the young person who's watching and thinking, that is not true. I can't make money out of this. I can't do this. I don't know where to start. I don't know anything. What would you tell them as your parting shot?
Well, number one, I think one thing that pushed me to learn this and also make it as a business, I cared about this craft. So I think when you're choosing a craft or a skill to do, you have to care enough for it to do it, because the days it's so hard for you to do it, but that care can really push the consistency. And your brain also, when you care for something, your brain actually learns and improves in it. And I think consistency and patience, because you need that organic growth and referral. So you have to do a lot for people to actually know what you're doing.
Consistency and patience.
Yes,
that
consistency
is
and
my
patience.
takeaway home from this conversation.
Thank
you
you.
so much for introducing me back to who you are.
Yes.
I'm really excited that we got to do this, that
Yes.
so many other young people will get to see this and learn and grow from this. So thank you for taking
Thank
the bold
you.
path and coming here and sharing about your bold path journey. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you get out there and learn a new skill. There's so much money waiting for you to make it, but you just have to give something of value, and you using your skills that you're passionate about, that brings you joy, is what the world is waiting for. So go on and take that bold path.